Oh boy. Come on, focus. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. That's perfect. This is Paper Hero here, and I'm going to start playing a game soon, but I think it deserves a little explanation because, first off, it's the seventh game in a series, and second off, because it's a Mega Man X game. Now, for those who don't know, Mega Man X is a series with a very poorly written out lore behind it. It's overly complex, really convoluted, and generally just bad. If you are familiar or you really just don't want to listen to me ramble on about nonsense for the next 5, 10, 15, I don't know how long this is going to take, then please exit out. I will understand completely. For those who enjoy self torture a little bit, this is Mega Man X7. Let's get that right. Okay, that is beautiful right there. We see X right here. There's I don't know who this is, but that's Zero, and we know who Zero is too. I don't know who that is, but he's right here too. Axel, a hero, a new hero is born. Not just a hero, a new one. And all robots are born, so he's born. He's a robot. He's also here because yes, they really want to sell this new character. So, before I can talk about the Mega Man X series, though, I have to go a little bit back to. I got here a little notebook marker. So, the start of it all is Mega Man, or Rockman in Japan, they called it. Really simple game. Basically, there was a really lonely doctor named Dr. Light who said, I make robots for a living, but I'm lonely. So he made robot children, because of course he did. They were rock and roll. They did nothing except be children forever. And then Dr. Wily said, I want to take over the world because I'm evil. So I'm going to drop my marker. Ooh, that little technical difficulties. It's sitting on a blanket that just got tangled up in there. Perfect. Marker. Right. So we got Light and Wily. They don't like each other. Wily says he wants to take over the world, so depending on the game, he'll make his own robots, he'll hack Light's robots, he'll make them evil. Essentially, Mega Man is the only robot left to fight, and so he beats up all of Wily's robots. So, before Dr. Light and Dr. Wily end up dead, that's a really well drawn gravestone right there. They both make one last creation. Light makes X, Wily makes 0. And with that, we get Mega Man X. That is beautiful right there. I'm putting that on my wall later. So, we got X, we got 0. 0 is a really evil robot. X is a really good one. but they become friends later because this other guy, Dr. Kane, shows up in the future and sees X and says, "This is a really cool robot. I'm going to make tons and tons of other robots based off of it." And so you get all the bosses in the game. I don't know whether this guy's separate or not, or he's one of the ones made by Dr. Kane, but we get Sigma as well. Sigma is the main villain of the series. Basically, him and Zero kind of swap their programming somehow due to I don't know. Sigma becomes evil, Zero becomes good, and X and Zero team up to fight Sigma. That is the base of every Mega Man X game. It gets a little more complicated and really, really dumb in Mega Man X5, where basically Sigma, having died 4 times already, says, "Enough of this, I'm taking over the world," and he possesses a... See if I can draw this properly. I'm just not going to look very good. This totally looks like a satellite, right? The satellite. Sigma possesses a satellite, puts his evil virus in it, and then makes it fly at the Earth. And when it crashes into the Earth, it's going to emit his virus all over the Earth, and basically everything's going to become part of him, I guess. Excellent. And then Zero, wherever you are, flies a shuttle into the satellite, blows it up, and saves most of the Earth. It still crashes, there's pieces all over the place, and there's still a boss fight to fight. You have to beat Sigma at the end. Then we get to X6, where Zero is missing. X has his weapon, his Z-Saber, and let's see, a bunch of debris kind of fell from the satellite crash or whatever. One of those was a piece of Zero, which some scientists took and made it into a new bad thing, the Zero Nightmare, I guess it's called, which is great. And then the scientists basically say, "Oh, look, Zero Nightmare. Zero's a bad guy. We should fight Zero. We should hunt him." And then they hunt Zero, even though Zero's missing. And then Sigma's back, because of course he is. X6 wasn't supposed to happen. It happened, and it wasn't good. Which is why they had to give us this, and then later this, and oh, I didn't bring it down here. Oh well, which all that is very great and interesting, and you know these world-threatening disasters have nothing to do with X7 because they're all forgotten. Zero's doing fine, even though he's almost caused the world to end multiple times and died a couple times himself. X is, I write X here, but mirrored. Just cross out all of it because it's terrible. X is not in the picture because he's a pacifist. He's been all, why do I have to keep fighting for 6 games already? But now he finally puts his foot down and says, I'm not participating in this. Put me on the cover, but I'm still leaving. He takes off. You don't get to play him right away. And instead, you get new robot Axel, who apparently is a new generation robot, meaning he's probably like half a year old. And he has a unique ability to transform into other robots, which is such a revolutionary concept, and good thing he can only turn into humanoid robots that have very few attacks and suck. It's a really great mechanic. You'll love it. You can walk on spikes and yes. What am I doing? So Axel works for Red Alert. So a thing with X games is they'll start out, they'll be like, okay, look, we have the Reploids, the robots, the regular robots. Excuse me, my English is tough when I'm saying these sort of made up terms. Reploids. Then you have Mavericks. Mavericks are Reploids that went Maverick. I hate this. So, Sigma being the first Maverick or what have you. Then there are Maverick Hunters, which are the good guys, X-Zero, etc. Red Alert is Maverick Hunters that I guess are more like bounty hunters than regular. I don't know. Maverick Hunters are I guess they're like police. They're like world police. These guys are like bounty hunters, meaning I guess they're supposed to have a more kind of seedy reputation, not quite as well liked, and clearly working with Sigma because X Games will have a new faction show up like Repliforce or Science People in X6 that are actually just being controlled by Sigma because of course they are. Capcom. Capcom. This is getting harder to talk about. So, Red Alert. Bad. Axel was part of Red Alert. Axel left to join the good guys and replace X as the main character. And then... where am I going with this? What's Sigma's whole plan again? He wants to... Yes. Well, we'll have to find out. We'll find out by playing the game. We're going to play it. We're going to play it all the way through, and it's going to be great. And you guys get to experience it alongside me, who is going to enjoy every second. Anyway, that is my sort of hackneyed and really... camera. Whoa. Really thorough explanation of the Mega Man X series and why you should totally check it out on some sort of Mega Man X wiki or, you know, please don't. Please don't. It's bad. Not quite as bad as the... maybe it's as bad as Street Fighter 1, but the Street Fighter 1's really bad too. But, yeah, lore! Oh, why did I do this? Why do I do this? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with this? This is the problem. This right here. And so is this. And this. This is the problem. Get a good look at that. Anyway, if you made it through all of this, you made it to the end. I didn't talk about X8 because why would I? That game is trash too. Then good for you. You probably deserve money or a high five. I'll give you a high five. Here. Oh, there's a little marker. I dropped a marker. That was a thing that happened. No cap on it this time, though, so it's not going to get marker all over my floor. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this more than my camera did.